In obituary news this morning, Mr. Philip Hanna, age 45 of Coosa County, died at his residence on Tuesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, will announce the arrangements. Mr. Robert Harrell, age 70 of Sylacauga, passed away at Shelby Baptist Medical Center on Tuesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home also announcing those arrangements. Funeral service for Mary Lou Whitman Lovelady, age 92 of Childersburg, is today at 1 o'clock from the Childersburg Chapel of Curtis & Son Funeral Home, with the Reverend Paul Hickman officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Memorial Gardens. Visitation from 11 until 1 at the funeral home today. Ms. Lovelady passed away Monday at Coosa Valley Medical Center. The family will accept flowers or donations can be made to the American Cancer Society or American Heart Association. Online memorials at curtisondsonfunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Dolores Shaw, age 94 of Childersburg, will be Saturday at 11 a.m. from the chapel of Raddy Smith Funeral Home, with the Reverend Rodney Frost, the Reverend Rick Rushton, and Chaplain Greg Tankersley officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Cemetery of Childersburg. Mrs. Shaw died October 15th at her residence. Visitation Saturday from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Raddy Smith Funeral Home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. Bobby Duncan died October 15th at his residence. Funeral service for Mr. Duncan will be held Friday at 1 p.m. from Earthstree Funeral Home, with the Reverend Curtis Collette officiating. Burial in the Hillcrest Cemetery. The family will receive friends Friday, 11 a.m. until service time. Online condolences at earthstreefuneralhome.com. Earthstree Funeral Home, Talladega directing. Funeral service for Mr. Clarence Foster, age 77, is Thursday at New Hope Baptist Church in Sylacauga at 1 o'clock. Reverend Bobby L. Harris officiating. Burial in the Rising Star Baptist Church Cemetery in Sylacauga. Visitation today, 1 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Foster died October 12th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga directing. Deborah Ann Harris, age 59, died Sunday. The family receiving friends at Talladega Funeral Home Friday from noon until 2 p.m. with a memorial service in the chapel beginning at 2. The Reverend Doug Whaley will officiate. Mrs. Harris was a lifelong resident of Talladega and retired from Wahiki Yarn Mills. Talladega Funeral Home directing that service. Walter Lee Robinson, age 78, died October 14th. Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. Virginia Drusilla Drew Williams, age 68 of Talladega, died October 14th. Funeral service will be 2 o'clock Thursday at Earthstree Funeral Home Chapel, with burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. The Reverend David Gaither and the Reverend Joe Daniel will officiate the service. The family receiving friends on Thursday, 12:30 until service time, also at the funeral home. In lieu of flowers, memorials can be made to the New Hope Baptist Church. Online condolences at earthstreefuneralhome.com. Earthstree Funeral Home in Talladega directing that service. Memorial service for Robert Cecil Bob Floyd Jr., age 90 of Alexander City, will be Sunday, October 21st, 3 o'clock at the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. The Reverend Wayne Cowhick officiating. The family receiving friends on Sunday, 2 until 3 at the funeral home. Mr. Floyd died October 4th at Bill Nichols State Veterans Home in Alexander City. He was a member of the First United Methodist Church of Alexander City. Memorials may be made to the Russell Medical Auxiliary or to the First United Methodist Church in Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at raddyfuneralhome.com. Raddy Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Mr. Robert Cool Eddie Hudgens is 1 o'clock today at Darien Missionary Baptist Church, with burial to follow in Armour's Memorial Garden. Armour's Memorial Funeral Home in Alexander City in charge of the arrangements. Mr. Robert C. Floyd Jr. died October 15th. Wright's Funeral Home announcing the arrangements. Funeral service for Mrs. Carolyn Myers of Alexander City is today at 2 o'clock from the Chapel of Radney Funeral Home. Reverend Blue Vardaman officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family will receive friends prior to the service, 12 until 1:45 at the funeral home. Ms. Myers died October 12th at her residence. She was a member of the First United Methodist Church of Alexander City. Radney Funeral Home directing in lieu of flowers. Memorials can be made to the Tallapoosa County Christian Crisis Center in Alexander City. Visitation for Jill Parker Gillum, age 83, Birmingham. Now that will be Thursday at 1 o'clock, 1 until 2 at Mountain Chapel United Methodist Church in Vestavia. Funeral service to follow immediately at 2 in the auditorium of Mountain Chapel United Methodist Church with Pastor Tyler Christensen officiating. Graveside service at 2 o'clock on Friday as well at Evergreen Cemetery in Sylacauga. In lieu of flowers, contributions can be sent to the Lupus Foundation of America or to Mountain Chapel United Methodist Church in Vestavia. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radneysmith.com. Ms. Gillum was a graduate of Sylacauga High School, the class of 1953, and she was a majorette for 4 years and a drum majorette for 3 years in the Sylacauga High School Marching Band. Radney Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, in charge of those arrangements. These obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg.